The Chicago Bulls give up 45 points in the fourth quarter to lose this game 135 to 119. We're going to talk about it all. Have some therapy because I know a lot of Bulls fans are pissed off right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host here, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this content, man. And the Chicago Bulls have one of the worst fourth quarters I've ever seen in my 37 years on this planet. I don't know if I've ever seen a fourth quarter after the way that the Bulls played in the first half of this game. And this is why it's hard to trust anything with this team. The Bulls played such a great first half of basketball in this game. A great first half of basketball, no hyperbole. But the Bulls had 20 assists on 24 made baskets in the first half of the game. The Bulls finished this game with 30 assists on 47 made baskets. You know what the Bulls got away from? They got away from sharing the ball. Wasn't even like, yes, they had a lot of turnovers. Well, they had some in the second half of this game. 6 turnovers in the second half of this game for the Chicago Bulls, but you can't even just blame it on that. This Bulls team completely and utterly shit the bed today. That's what that was. They completely and utterly shit the bed after shooting the ball 70% true shooting percentage in the first half of this game. The Bulls shoot 62% overall in this game as far as true shooting percentage. The Bulls just, I don't know what happened in the second half of this game. Listen, I am somebody who I think that there are certain things that happen with coaches that make it a fireable offense within it. Your team giving up 45 points in the fourth quarter of a game, to me, is a fireable offense. The Bulls, again, for the second game in a row, 66 points given up in the paint today. 66 points. Now, luckily, they scored 60 points themselves in the paint, but that just 18 second chance points in this game as well. 20 points off turnovers. Yet again, if you guys watch my daily episode, the Bulls, what I've been saying is that that's something to watch. The Bulls have consistently given up 20 points off turnovers and 58 or more points in the paint in every one of their losses so far this season. That means that the Bulls gave up in this game just off the easy offense. They gave up 86 points of easy offense today between the 20 points off turnovers and the 66 points in the paint. That's what this team has done. And for the Bulls fans that have been saying that this team is tanking, I don't know. Y'all may be right. This was a perfect tank game. And the reason why I say this was a perfect tank game, walk with me here. Stick with me through my thought process here. The Bulls lost, which is already the thing in the tank. One of your best trade the pieces that you're trying to move had an amazing game today. Nikola Vucevic went 11 of 15 from the field for 25 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block in this game. Now, some people are going to say, well, only 5 assists. Well, 5 rebounds. There weren't a lot of rebounds in this game from either team because both teams were shooting effectively throughout most of this game. This was the perfect tank game for teams. THT with 13 points, leading the bench in points. 24 points from Kobe White, 25 points from Nikola Vucevic, 12 points from Patrick Williams. I think all of those come in the first half. I said it, and maybe I jinxed it. Maybe I'm the problem, right? Maybe I identify things, and then the Bulls look at it and say, well, hell, we can't make a liar out of Haize. Let's go ahead and do it. I said that Patrick Williams, while having an aggressive first half of basketball, you got to look out for him because as we know with Patrick Williams, he won't do shit in the second half of the game. Patrick Williams took 3 shots in the second half of this game and didn't make any of them. Any of them. This was a disgusting fourth quarter effort by a team that should have been in this game in the fourth quarter. The Minnesota Timberwolves came into your house in the fourth quarter and smacked you in the face and grabbed your wife's ass and you thanked them for it. That's what happened today with the Chicago Bulls in this game. The Bulls led in this game for 38 minutes and 31 seconds. What? In a 48-minute game of basketball, you only did not have the lead for 10 minutes and you couldn't win the game? Disgusting effort from the Chicago Bulls tonight. They need every single Bulls player tonight needs to be smacked in their goddamn faces, because what was this? This was disgusting. This was one of the most disgusting efforts I've ever seen from a Chicago Bulls team in my life. The Cristiano Felicio, what's the other, the dude with the buck teeth, the rabbit teeth campaign, that team put up more effort in fourth quarters than what this team did tonight. This was ugly. Absolutely ugly and disgusting. And this is what we saw. Again, the human white flags in this game. Chris Duarte and Javon Carter got in for 1 minute each. The human white flags got in this game because the Bulls, I'm so glad that this team doesn't play again until Saturday. Because if I had to watch this team play again tomorrow, I may lose my fucking shit. To be 100% honest with y'all, I'm so tired of this team. I'm so tired of it. It's stupid. Now, here's the thing, and I said this before. I just wish that, just trade Vooch and Zach, and let's just outwardly tank if this is going to be the case. Then it won't be disappointing. But this effort for this team, and again, it's the duality of the nature of it. For you to give such a great first half, it wasn't just good. It was a great first half of basketball. You had 3 straight quarters of scoring 30 points, and then you got into the fourth quarter and you didn't know what the hell to do. I get it. It's the second game of a back-to-back. It was a close game. Maybe the Bulls just didn't have their legs in the fourth quarter, whereas the Minnesota Timberwolves were fresher, things like that. Yeah, we can say all of that, and you're right. That could be a big reason why the Chicago Bulls gave the effort that they gave in the fourth quarter of this game. But at the end of the day, this is your job. This is your job. Do you get to go to work and say, hey, I worked 4 days in a row, man. I'm just going to suck it today. I'm going to suck today. No. What are we talking about? Man, this was an ugly game. This was outwardly disgusting. There's been very few times as a Bull. I don't have my glasses on. My beard is, you know what I was doing through the whole fourth quarter of this game? I was supposed to be eating. I got wings delivered because I was feeling good. I ordered some wings after the halftime hangout. I was like, let me go ahead and get some wings. Let me go ahead and bless myself. Let me go ahead and order some wings real quick. Wingstop went ahead and dropped off the lemon pepper hot tossed in buffalo sauce. I was feeling good about myself. My wings are sitting right over here cold as fuck because the Bulls, as soon as the DoorDash guy got here with my wings, the Bulls started fucking up. They couldn't even let me enjoy my damn hot wings, bro. That, you know what? You know how criminal that is to take away somebody's love of hot wings? Trash. Absolutely effing trash, man. This was a disgusting effort, man. Utterly disgusting. I really, and here's the thing. I said I was coming into this season with no expectations, and that's my fault. I'm going to blame myself for this because I need to stop expecting anything from this team. I'm just going to look at it from a development aspect. Stop expecting anything from this team. That's the best way to be. Because with this team giving this type of effort, with Billy Donovan and his coaching staff, with all of this, whatever you want to blame, I don't even care what anybody wants to blame tonight. You're all right. Everybody's right. Brock, listen, I love you, brother, and you're a big supporter of this channel. I love you. I really love you. I love you. But you got to stop trying to find a way to abstain Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey was negative 15. It's not about just turnovers. Josh Giddey was a cone on defense today. Now, that doesn't mean that he didn't do anything right, but we got to stop living in a world where it's either all right or all bad. I know that I'm not saying that's necessarily you, that last part, but we got to stop that. I'm sorry. Josh Giddey had 9 points in this game. He went 3 of 12 in this game. I don't give a damn if he didn't have any turnovers or not. 3 of 12 in a close game as a starting point guard on the team, you got to be better than that. Because we know that Josh Giddey isn't stopping anybody defensively. Now, he's going to give some effort at times defensively, but no, Josh Giddey has his part of this. Now, he's not solely to blame. If anybody's trying to solely blame Josh Giddey, you're wrong. But you can't take the blame away from Josh. You can't look at Josh Giddey's performance and be like, oh, it wasn't him. He wasn't the problem. No, he was absolutely part of the problem. Absolutely part of the problem. Everybody was part of the problem today. Everybody. You don't give up 45 points in everybody who checked in the fourth quarter outside of Chris Duarte and Jalen Smith, because they're human white flags. Their whole existence is problematic. Everybody is part of the problem in this loss today. Everybody's part of the problem. Ain't nobody getting no passes today. Patrick Williams didn't make a single shot in the second half of the game. Nikola Vucevic, we gave up 66 points in the paint. A lot of that's on Vooch as well. Some of that's on your guards, but he's negative 17. Kobe White went 9 of 15 from the field for 24 points. Good shooting night. But again, 8 assists. Defensively, he fell asleep at times. Ayo Dosunmu had the worst plus minus on the team, and you're the defender on this team as well. You get part of the blame. Josh Giddey, you get part of the blame. Jalen Smith, what the hell were you doing tonight defensively? Offensively, you were decent. What the hell were you at? Where were your antennas on the defensive side of the ball? Dalen Terry, maybe Dalen Terry gets a pass from me because Dalen Terry was giving effort. I never expect offense from Dalen Terry, and he went 3 for 4 from the field. Modest Bucilla's got to be better. Modest Bucilla's perimeter defense is god-awful. God-awful. You get part of the blame. Julian Phillips, 11 minutes, you get part of the blame. Taylor Horton-Tucker, your hairline automatically gets you part of the blame because what the hell did you do? Where are the demons in your life to where you have no hairline, no a ball patch, and no neck? You're part of the problem. Everybody is part of the problem today. Everybody. Ain't nobody getting no passes today. I'm putting cases on all you bitches. Everybody gets part of the problem. Period. Ain't nobody getting this ain't a game where nobody's getting no freaking excuses. Josh Giddey ain't getting no excuses. Kobe White ain't getting no excuses. There is no excuses for nobody on this team. 45 points in the fourth quarter of this game. What excuse do you think you about to get? Period. There's no exceptions in this game. No exceptions. If you try to make an exception for a player on this one, you got to get the dick out your mouth. Ain't no exceptions on this game at all. Only person that gets a pass is THC don't get a pass either because THC had some terrible missed defensive rotations. Now he was given effort, but he still sucked. MC, you're part of the problem. You don't get to come back in here and try to have a basketball conversation after you compared fucking Ben Simmons to Bill Russell. I don't give a damn what else you got to say. You're part of the problem as well. Everybody is part of the problem. Haize, I agree. Modest Bucilla's defense is awful, but he needs to get consistent playing time so he can work. Yeah, listen, that's not a conversation to say he doesn't need to play, but you need to play better. Period. You need to play better. 45 points. Listen, THT is 23 years old. I'm about to be 38. I'm about to be 38 years old in 28 days. And look at THT's hairline and look at mine. Just look at that. You see that? You see that beautiful hair? I actually got hair. And I got a neck. I got a little bit of one. You can't really see it because of the beard. But THT is part of the problem. That's it. MC, you got to stop trying to get. You know what? I'm sorry, bro. You may never come back for this, but you got to sit your ass down, and I'm putting you in timeout. I don't have time for the foolishness today. You talking about? I didn't even quote any stats. You know why I don't have to quote any stats? Because it's not about stats. It's a fucking dumbass statement to call. Please don't make yourself the victim today. I'm taking it out on the Bulls right now in THT's hairline. If you think that Ben Simmons is Bill Russell, you're a fucking idiot. And your mama's ovaries right now are shaking their fucking heads at you because you're the one that made it out. Your mama's ovaries are really like, is this the motherfucking egg that made it out into real life? This is the motherfucker that turned into a human? The motherfucker that thinks Ben Simmons is Bill Russell? That's the egg that you're a faulty fucking egg, bro. A faulty egg, man. You like when you crack an egg to make scrambled eggs and they bloody. That's a fucking stupid ass statement, my boy. Ain't no way to cut that off. It's stupid. It's really fucking stupid. And I don't think there's there's very few things that are just pure out stupidity in life. Usually you can find some merit if you squint your eyes at just a little bit of something. But the fact that you keep down this nonsense and then want to say other people don't, you're a fucking idiot. You and THT's hairline are the most disappointing things about Bulls right now. Because what are we doing? Lay off the fentanyl, bro. My boy been surviving on fentanyl, Tang sandwiches, and bunk pussy. Because ain't no way you eating things that regular humans eat that develop brain power and you think that you cooking with that dumbass statement. Ain't no way. There's no way in hell. There's no way in hell. It's just, it's not possible. It's really not possible that you really think that that's a smart statement. There's no way. There's trolling and then there's just outright stupidity. What are we doing? The Bulls should trade everyone for the worst players in the league. Shut up, G Money. No, they're not going to trade everybody for. Patrick Williams got that stupid ass 5-year contract. Oh, he's been a bum. He's not a bum, but he definitely has not increased his game at all yet. At all. Bulls can't win without Levine. Period. No, I mean we saw that. That's stupid as well. Like, do we not just see them win almost 40 games last year? Most of that without Zach Levine. Haize, you got to stop taking long pauses. No, Diddy. I keep thinking. No, I got to take, because if I don't take long pauses, I'm literally going to snap and crash out. That wasn't even a crash out. I'm trying my best not to crash out. I don't get why Billy Donovan would put out there a 3-guard lineup that can't play. What do you mean why? Who else? What else are we going to play? We got 9 guards on the 15-man roster. There's going to be some 3-guard lineups. And that's not on Billy Donovan. He's the one that picks the players. That's on Arturas Karnisovas. I mean, technically, Ben Sim is like Russell. They both play basketball. That is hilarious. We're gonna rest for a week. We're not gonna watch Bulls game. No. Well, you can. Hey, listen, if you can separate yourself and not watch Bulls game for a week, shout out to you. But yeah, no. P. Will's not a bum. He's doing the same thing that he did in college. Bulls are just stupid and draft him. Oh yeah, way too high. Way too high. This Bulls team jumped out the plane without a parachute, and now they're in free fall mode. That's crazy. Is it wrong that I want Acme era to end now? Okay, thank you for the 2021, but what the fuck is this? I mean, it's not going to. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. I was actually pleased at first seeing P. Will in the first half with double digits. Just wish he would try and work his way into the paint more with the size. He had a great first half. A great first half. Like, most of the players on this team had a great first half. I'm not even going to. Most of them had a great first half. But the second half, you got to be better than that in totality. Like, you got to have a full 4 quarters of effort and a full 4 quarters of execution. We've seen that day in and day out for this team. Really need some defensive bigs and need guys like Kobe and Giddey to develop some perimeter defense. Kobe's a lot more. He's gotten a lot better defensively over the since he came into the league. But some people are just going to have limitations. There's some people who just won't ever be really good or plus defenders. But you can still be active, right? And some things that we saw in the Bulls 3 wins, for example, like Josh Giddey at times played really good defense in the Bulls 3 wins. Now it was small spurts, right? Kobe, same thing last year. He's played some really spurts of good defense, and that's cool. But the problem is that we have 2+ defenders on the team. The whole entire team, 2+ defenders. You can't get away with that. You really can't get away with it. The fact that we could have the Bears, Bulls, and Sox in one city makes me want to run into trap, bro. That's you would think that one of the goddamn teams. Should the Bulls trade Vooch now that his stock is high and get some draft picks, even if they are protected first and second rounders? If a team is offering you a first rounder for Vooch by this trade deadline, I think you have to take it. And that's not because Vooch is playing well. And he's old and he has 1 year left on his deal. And the Bulls have missed opportunities to strike while the iron is hot and while players are at the height of their value. They got to fix that. The fact that we could, I already read that one. Shout out to Quentin. You know, the Chicago Bulls did this game in reverse, had a good first half, but a terrible second half. And that's usually the other way around. Keyword, when we win. Basically the Bulls did just flip it today, right? People said, hey, don't get out the slow starts. They said, all right, bet I got you. No slow starts today. But a slow fucking finish. Yeah. That's what the Bulls had for us today. They said, hey, no slow starts. Don't worry about it. You ain't got to worry about it. The slow starts, you ain't got to worry about a slow start. Slow start ain't coming. We got you covered. We're going to start the game fast. And then they decided to say, hey, we don't think you know what? As a matter of fact, we ain't even going to finish the game for real. I think we good. We could just stop playing at half. Like we won the first half. We won the game, right? First half, we won the game, bet we don't have to play in the second half. The NBA said we don't have to show up in the second half of the game. It's crazy, man. It's crazy is what it is. Insanity. That's what the Chicago Bulls are right now. Insanity. Breaking news, the Bulls trade Vooch for Chris Paul, 500 packs of big. You know what? If they take away the protections on the first round pick, I'll take that. It literally, if the Spurs said we'll take Vooch, we'll give you Chris Paul, and all else we're giving you is you can have your first round pick, the top 10 protection, you can have that. I take that. I would take that. Yes, my brother, this is the one that I ordered live online from Culture Kings. Haize, do you think a top 22 protected pick in this draft is good? Top 22 protected? First of all, I don't even think a pick's ever been top 22 protected. That's crazy protection. I'd say top 18, maybe. Terrence Shannon Jr. is older than Anthony Edwards. I was shocked. Terrence is only a rookie. Yeah. Terrence Shannon Jr. I think was the oldest player in this draft class. I believe that's the case. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I doubt anybody was older than Terrence Shannon Jr. in this draft class. Bulls Billy getting the gum, huh? That's crazy, bro. The Bulls piss me off. They want to be competitive, but we should get trades. Keep going. Keep Kobe and Io and Giddey. Yeah, we'll see. No defense, Haize. Same doing all year till Levine no longer here. Nah, that ain't got nothing to do with Levine. I had to think the same thing you're thinking about. This had to be a tanking game because we let a 12-0 run happen in the fourth and waited until they were up 7 to finally call a timeout. And Billy Donovan did a really good job in the first quarter of this game. The Timberwolves got out to they didn't even really take the lead, but they got out to a brief run, and Billy Donovan called a timeout. And it was good to see that. But man. Also wish that Billy would use at least one or two of his timeouts to curb that Wolves 12-0 run in the fourth. Also, we had to find a way to incorporate some plays for P. Will since he's too timid the thing is that I mean, Billy Don, like it's gonna take a, you know what, to compare it to this, right? And I know probably a lot of people aren't watching Detroit Pistons basketball because they suck. But do you remember Jaden Ivey last year, where like Jaden Ivey wasn't in the rotation? Killian Hayes was in the rotation more than Jaden Ivey. But now the Detroit Pistons have a new head coach that believes in him, and he's killing it this year. He's starting 41% from three. They're running plays for him. They're actually using him and Cade Cunningham as this like dynamic guard thing. And while the Pistons haven't won a lot of games, they look a lot better than what they did last year. I think at this point, Billy Donovan has done all he can with P. Will. It will have to take a different coach with a different vision and a different imagination on how to incorporate Patrick Williams for Patrick Williams to be used any differently. I just do not see Billy Donovan using Patrick Williams any differently than he has the last 4 years. It's going to take a different coach with a different vision. And even then, it still needs Patrick Williams to be aggressive. But maybe if you have a coach that says, hey, P. Will, I'm running 8 plays for you in this first half of this game. Go out there and get yours. Maybe then he is a little bit more aggressive. I've been saying forever that Ant uses his off arm to prepare and initiate contact on dunks. He finally got called for. He does, and he does, and he does. You got me dying with these slick logo switches in the middle of live, smoother than Javon's scalp after a fresh shave. That's crazy. That's crazy. See, most people didn't even notice that logo switch. See, I do it in the middle of the conversation. I just be like, yeah, so the Bulls suck. Billy Donovan didn't do shit, and it is what it is when it comes down to it. But by the way, Josh Giddey did have 13 assists in this game. Since he did have 13, you just gotta be the sleight of hand, man. You gotta be quick with it. You're right about that, Haize. At some point, P. Will got to do things himself. I don't know. I'm just still a P. Will believer. I mean, listen, and P. Will shows some flashes where I have not went. I haven't like flamed anybody who still says they're a P. Will believer. I just haven't, because I can understand it. He's still extremely young, despite how long he's been in the league. He shows some, like, every year. Well, we get one or two P. Will games where it's just like P. Will went off like 28 points. But at some point, like, it's just something has to change. Either P. Will's mindset has to change, or there has to be a new coaching philosophy that tries to incorporate P. Will in a different way to get more out of him. And I just don't, at this point, I think Billy Donovan, he's not going to change. And that's what kind of was one of the more dangerous things about Billy Donovan being here for like Modest Bucilis and things. Like, Billy Donovan typically is somebody that once he has you pegged in a certain lane and a role, he almost never changes that role. He just doesn't, right? Kobe is one of the players that were able to change that. Io did it last season, but mainly because of Zach going down and you have to relying on him. But otherwise, Io was pretty much used the same way all of his time here as well. So it's just Billy Donovan is kind of just that guy. He's just that guy. The way the Wolves get Dante's shots, I wish the Bulls would draw up plays for our guys more often. I mean, the thing is that, and here's the thing. I don't know how many people are going to agree with this or disagree with it, but I'm going to say it like this. Billy Donovan is not a great X's and O's coach. Now, he's not a terrible X's and O's coach. I actually think that Billy Donovan is a pretty good X's and O's guy for the most part. He's solid. He's extra regular when it comes to X's and O's. But the Bulls right now, in the place that they are, they need somebody who is an X's and O's savant. They need somebody who's really going to draw up some plays. And I just don't think Billy Donovan is that guy. I just don't think he's that guy. Have a lineup of Io, Kobe Williams, Craig, and Smith. And what's that going to do? I'm not saying that it's maybe not a fast lineup, but that doesn't really do much for the Bulls' problems, in my opinion, unless you're seeing something that I don't. You have to remember something. Kobe White was already a good scorer. He just needed consistent minutes. No, I mean, Kobe White had really become an inefficient scorer to a high degree. So yeah, he came in the league as a good scorer in college, and he added some good scoring moments, but it's a much different role than he was thrust in last year, right? But yeah, I agree with the last part of what you said. Billy Donovan's development does suck. Unfortunately, Bulls fans believe ridiculous expectations for P. Will from Chicago media that never watched P. Will play in the ACC. Well, no, I don't. Well, there's some of that, right? There's definitely some because I still hear people, "Oh my God, he's Kawhi," and it's like he was never. Those comparisons are always bad. Like it was never really that. Um, but I think ultimately too, and people do the same thing with everybody, right? Like for a lot of sport, a lot of people are just NBA fans, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? There are a lot of Bulls content creators that are just NBA fans. They don't know shit about college basketball, so they really go off of what the draft analysts say or what the media says or whatever else is the thing, and they really form their opinion around that, and then they just hold on to that opinion. That's why I really do watch. I really watch college basketball, right? We're getting we are getting the Vooch we traded for just in time to trade him to someone else. That's a big fact there, big fact there. And we'll see, man. It's you know what, this is what it is to be a Chicago sports fan. This is what it is, and so you can't be too overly surprised by it. It kind of, like I said, it kind of is what it is, and we'll see how things continue to develop, man. But yeah, all right, y'all. I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. You guys are amazing. The best viewership in all of YouTube. I love you guys. You guys really bring smart comments, except for MC, who just says stupid shit. But outside of them, I love you guys so much for everything you bring to this channel. Thank you guys for following me. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys are following the channel at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related, but that is thanks to you, lovely and beautiful people. And I'll see you guys next time. Love you guys. Go Bulls. See red, y'all. Peace.
Presentation of the Break Media.